What happens when you are Dan Quinn and you blitz on run plays, first and second down? There's a chance Miles Sanders breaks through the secondary and he's on an 80-yard touchdown run. Keep hammering away. One's going to break. Keep hammering it. Don't lose your patience. Football Friday, baby. Big Sills National Football Show. Hope all are having a great day. I mean, what a weekend. What a weekend in Philly, too. Unbelievable, man. Playoffs, hockey's dropping the puck now, and you got the game of the year on Sunday. I know people are looking at KC and the Buffalo Bill game. I am, too. What a great warm-up show for Eagles and Cowboys on Sunday. Hey, man, I love DeMarcus Lawrence throwing a little shade at Jalen Hurts. I love the whole thing. By the way, Eagles are favored by 6.5. And I tell you this all the time, right, guys? Those dudes in Vegas didn't build those sandcastles losing games, okay? Those are the best sports analysts in the country. The guys in AC and the guys in Vegas. They don't lose money, man. And they think 6.5 points going into Sunday. And listen, they even got the Chiefs underdogs at Arrowhead. First time in Patrick Mahomes' career, he's an underdog at home. It's because of the unicorn known as Josh Allen. Two special talents will be playing in that ball game, and two special franchises will be playing Sunday night at Lincoln Financial. Look, I think this is going to be a good game, and I'm going to start it out. By the way, please hit the like button. I'm going to tell you flat out where I'm going here, right off the top here. I think it's Eagles 28-20. I can't see the Cowboys scoring more than 20 points in this ball game. Where are they getting their offense from? I'm with Barrett Brooks. I don't see it. Offensively, outside of CeeDee Lamb, a good tight end, Pollard, the quarterback, Dak gives you the best chance to beat the Eagles. Not Cooper Rush. I don't care what his record is. This guy's less than Trent Dilfer. Does Trent Dilfer scare you? Does Jeff Hostetler scare you? Are you kidding me? Cooper Rush versus Dak Prescott. The only reason I like Cooper Rush more than Dak is because he's cheaper. Other than that, Dak gives you a better chance to win the ball game. I don't see the Cowboys scoring more than 20 points. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that the Eagles are going to play their best football. Now, I'm going to get into that. I don't see them, and I mean the Cowboys, putting up enough points to beat them, like I said. And I don't see the Eagles turning the football over enough to sit there and go like this. Yeah, Philly's going to play all of a sudden their worst game of the year. I just don't, man. And I'm making it, 28-20 is as good as I can do for the Cowboys. I don't really think the Eagles are going to put up 30 points because they don't need to. If Philly gets 28 points, Cowboys aren't scoring because they'll be behind. They're not going to get into a throwing match. And that guy's not going to throw the ball. What did he throw the ball last week? 16 times against the Rams? I just don't see it. I don't. I do think that the Cowboys, the reason why they keep them under 30 points is because I do think that DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons are going to put pressure on Jalen in the pocket. It's what they do. They're one of the best teams in the National Football League at it. Okay? They're one of the best teams. I just don't see, again, an opportunity for Dallas to put up enough to beat. It's not a prolific offense. CeeDee Lamb, if he didn't play for the Cowboys and he was on the Minnesota Vikings or he was on the Tennessee Titans, you'd be looking at him going, he's a really good wide receiver. You wouldn't be saying he's an elite guy. He's not an elite guy. 88's before him, he's not Des Bryant. He's not Michael Irvin. He's not Drew Pearson. He's a good player, and he drops a lot of passes. I don't know. The running game is efficient, not great. The Eagles have a great one. I do think, again, No turnovers for Philly. If the Eagles don't turn the ball over, I don't see how the Cowboys win. I just don't. Now, again, if they're going to make this game close, and I'm talking Dallas, they've got to get tremendous pressure on Jalen Hurts. They've got to put that football team in 3rd and long. And they've got to move him out of the pocket. But here's the thing about that. One of the things that Jalen has, and I said this yesterday to you, and I'll say it again to you, Jalen Hurts is elite outside the pocket. He's not in the pocket. He's not an elite guy inside the pocket. Damon goes 24-3 Philly. You know what, Damon? You may not be off. Because like I said, I don't see Dallas being able to put up enough points. CD would not be the 4th guy on the Eagles. Quez Watkins is not better than CD Lamb. Stop that. He's not. Okay? Don't forget the 8,000 drunk maniacs that are going to be at Lincoln Financial. Jeb says 27-23 Birds. So you think the pressure is going to be effective enough to make the game a game? I kind of see that. Okay? I do. I kind of see that. Let's get into the differences in the game and how you're going to see this game play out. By the way, Keith Byers, 4:30 Eastern Time. We will talk with him on what makes this rivalry one of the absolute greatest rivalries in all the NFL. Bears and Packers don't have it for me anymore. Eagles and Cowboys. This thing's been great since Vermeil. We'll talk to Keith Byers, who was in those Buddy Ryan, Jimmy Johnson, and really some of the great characters in Eagle history. And Keith will talk with us a little bit about what those great games were and what made those games so great. Listen, I think the Eagles are going to do exactly what they've been doing. They're going to combine all the games previously that they've played, all 5 games, and they're going to run the ball. This is what I would say to you. By the way, so you know on Monday, if he doesn't throw the ball, and I'm talking Jalen, a boatload of times, you don't have to hear. What's the one deficiency that the Cowboys have defensively? They're not real hot at stopping the run. I think you run that football right at them guys. You run it right at Micah Parsons. You run it right at DeMarcus Lawrence. The 2 best football players in your offensive line right now. Look, I think Kelsey's still a spectacular center, but the 2 best players that you have on your O-line right now are your 2 tackles. Let them dominate the game. Let them push the line of scrimmage. See if the Cowboys, because know this, Dan Quinn is going to do everything in his power to try to run stunts at you. And he's going to try because he knows, get this, the only way that they have a chance of slowing Jalen and that offense down is pressure on the run plays. Not so much the pass plays, but the pressure on the run plays. What happens when you do that? What happens when you are Dan Quinn and you blitz on run plays, 1st and 2nd down? There's a chance Miles Sanders breaks through the secondary and he's on an 80-yard touchdown run. Keep hammering away. One's going to break. Keep hammering it. Don't lose your patience. Keep hammering away. Dallas will relent because they don't stop the run well. Even if there's a couple 3-and-outs, don't lose your patience. They've got the better offensive line. I think they got the better tandem in running backs. They've got the better tight end. They've got the better wide receiving core. And most importantly, they got the better quarterback. Okay? They got the better quarterback in this game. Cooper Rush is not going to outthink Jalen Hurts in this ball game. He's not. I mean, this guy's been cut twice. Stop talking about Cooper Rush like this guy's Roger Staubach or Troy Aikman. He's Cooper Rush. You understand he's been cut twice? He's 28 years old. If this guy was going to do anything in his career, we would have already seen it by now. He's not anything except for the fact that he's 4-0. He played some shitty teams, and guess what? He plays for the Cowboys. That's it. Don't get ahead of yourself. By the way, DeMarcus Lawrence is not wrong about Jalen. Hey, he struggles with some things. Yeah, he struggles with what we said yesterday. He's not real good at handling the blitz. He's not real good in the pocket. He's the third worst quarterback. We said it yesterday. But you know what? I've come to the conclusion of this. I think they're coaching him that way. I don't think it's that Jalen is performing badly in the pocket, because when you watch the games and you go back, and I did, I don't think he's performing poorly in the pocket. I think they're asking him, if it's not there, take off, break their heart. You know, there's something that I've been saying to you guys, and you know what? I'll say this again to you. You know, if I have a thoroughbred, I'm not saving him for shit. I'm going to run him in the Derby. I'm going to run him in the Preakness. I'm going to run him in Belmont. And if something happens to him along the way, who cares? It's football. People get hurt all the time. But until that time comes, I'm going to run Jalen the way they're running him right now. So we had a little fun with it yesterday. They may be coaching him this way. Okay? Cooper Rush is not Nick Foles. Okay? He is not Nick Foles. Nick Foles had a Pro Bowl year before what he did to win the Super Bowl, if you forget. This guy had 26 touchdowns and 2 picks one year and went to the Pro Bowl. Cooper Rush is on some sort of freaky streak. You forget that there was a Pro Bowl year prior to that Super Bowl year with Foles. He put a Pro Bowl year together. Cooper Rush is Cooper Rush for a reason. Okay? He just has to be Jalen Hurts, is a good comment there, Damon. Run the ball at him. Wear him out. Fourth quarter, you'll do exactly the same thing you did to the Patriots in the 2017 Super Bowl, 2018 Super Bowl, whatever it was. Wear him out. Wear Parsons out. Dude, the best thing you can do to a guy like that, don't run away from him. He'll run you down from behind, okay? And don't be in third and long. You start throwing the ball, you're going to play right into Dan Quinn's hands. Dan Quinn's going to force you into that. The number one thing that they're going to do immediately in the first 2 quarters is they're going to bring pressure on first and second down, like I said. It's mandatory they stop the Eagle run attack. It's mandatory. They don't stop the running attack, that game could be a nightmare for them because they don't have the offense to score with the Patriots, with the Eagles. They just don't. I mean, they're coming into this clearly, and I see what Vegas does. 6.5-point underdogs. Where are you getting your offense from? Are you just making it up because it's the Cowboys? Maybe. Defensively, dude, the one thing that you want to do, make Cooper Rush beat you. This is my problem with the Eagles, is your defensive coordinator, okay? Make Cooper Rush beat you. Who's the weakest link? Everyone's talking like Cooper Rush is a strong link to that. He's not. How many times do you watch a football game professionally where a quarterback only throws the ball 16 times? The only time you see it is that garbage you saw last night on Thursday Night Football. Garbage quarterbacks throw the ball under 20 times in the league today. Jalen doesn't do that. Those are garbage quarterbacks that throw 16 attempts for 100 yards. Make that dude beat you. If that guy beats you, hey, then there's bigger questions to be asked about the D coordinator and the defense. But I don't see it. I don't think they have. Now, look, if they had the same offensive line like they did a couple years back, I'd be sitting there going, well, they're going to have a pretty formidable running attack. They don't. Mato, appreciate you coming aboard. Please hit the like button, guys. Thank you. Dan, Dallas doesn't have a shot The only thing they have is defense, and that's not going to win. Richard, I agree. I do not think that they have enough offensive firepower to beat. There's nobody on that team like A.J. Brown. There's nobody on that team like Devonta Smith. Devonta's better than CeeDee Lamb. He's better. The tight end is superior. The O-line, hey, nicked up. Let's keep an eye on that in the first couple series to see if that is a factor. How healthy is Mulata? That will be a factor to watch. If Parsons is getting a step on him, there could be trouble. Okay? There could be trouble. And if I were Jalen and I was Steichen and I was Sirianni, I'd have quick passes. 5-step, boom, timing passes. I wouldn't let him sit back there in the pocket until I found out what Mulata's health is. It's going to be essential to find out if he's going to be able to handle Micah Parsons. 70% of Mulata is not going to handle him. And you may have to do rollouts, sprint outs. You may have to run counter trays on him. You're going to have to try to do misdirection on Micah Parsons if Mulata's not healthy. Okay? Jesse, you don't know that yet. Okay? Guy coming off the injured reserve list or coming off the injured list, going against a healthy Parsons? Really? Okay, well, that's wishful thinking. I do think Schultz is good, but he is no Dallas Goedert. He is no. Dank says I use Goddard to chip him. You know what I'd really like? I wish they had another tight end in there that I didn't have to use Goddard in that role. That's what made Gronkowski so special, because Gronk could do that. Okay, and to be fair, Goddard's better than Zach Ertz ever was at doing that. Chip and release. He's better at that, okay? So, to me, again, I need that guy in the slot because he's going to be essential on them quick hitch passes. I don't believe the Cowboys even have a linebacker. Screens, I don't know, Kev. Misdirection plays, middle screens, something like that to slow down the pass rush. I would casually use those. Anything to slow Lawrence and Micah Parsons down. Screens are great plays for that. Middle screens, especially in the middle. Okay, I'm all right with that. Okay, I'm all right with that. I personally just don't see the offense. I just don't see the offense that Dallas has. You guys, I don't know if you agree with me, okay, or if you disagree with me on this too. This is a defining game. And I'm going to throw this topic at you here. This is a defining game. Will Jalen Hurts be a stud or dud in this game? Will he be a stud or a dud on Sunday night? What does that exactly mean? What does he have to do to win this ball game? I don't think it's anything to do with statistics tonight. I don't think it has anything to do Sunday night with statistics. I think it's everything to do with managing the ball game. What's in front of him? What's Dallas giving him? This is why I didn't want him running the ball 15 times against the Cardinals. Now, personally, I think the Cardinals have more of an offense than Dallas does. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you go like this? Dallas has nothing compared to what you saw last week. Murray is a force in the run game. He can't think his way around the field too hot, but he's athletic. He could throw the ball. He overthrows passes like we saw last night with that bust of a quarterback in Justin Fields. So when you see that, let him get the feel for the game. Dallas is going to give you something. And it's going to be in the run game. It's not going to be in the pass game. Okay? See, this is where their mistake is. They think also Jalen Hurts can't beat them throwing the ball. They believe that. I know this for a fact. They believe Jalen can't beat them. Well, don't play into that because that's a trap he's setting. He wants you and he's going to goat you, Dan Quinn, into throwing the ball. You know how? 7 on the line of scrimmage, crowding it up, putting people in gaps, run stunts like I said. I still think the Eagles blow them off the ball with all of that. And you know what's going to happen? Watch this. They're going to go like this. There's going to be a couple series, 3 and outs. Boom, boom, boom. Crowd's going to get all into it. Everybody, all of a sudden, Miles Sanders is going to break a 45-yarder because you know why? You're gambling big time with that. Run stunts on 2nd and 8 or something like that, you're gambling because you got to bring your secondary up for that. See, the third level all moves up when you're trying to stop the run and trying to make the quarterback win the game. Jalen may be the 45-yard guy down the field. He may be the guy. He may be. 5-star says they can't run on us. I think you're getting better. No missed tackles either, by the way. Let's have none of that missed tackle stuff. They were atrocious in the Cardinal game. Atrocious in tackling. TJ can't have a game like he played against the Cardinals. Now, again, I think the Cardinals are more formidable offensively than the Cowboys are. You can't tell me you look at the Cardinals and go, yeah, the Cowboys have a better offense than the Arizona Cardinals. Their tight end's better. Hollywood Brown is better than CD. The quarterback's better. Their O-line wasn't all that bad. You can't tell me Dallas has a better offense than Arizona. I don't see it. And you can't tell me that Dallas has a better offense than Minnesota. Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, the tight end's not bad. The quarterback puts up a ton of yards. And they shut them down completely. I don't see it. I just don't see where the Cowboys' strengths are in this ball game. And it ain't at that dude Cooper Rush. Stop with it. Dude, the media is blowing this thing up to make that guy sound like, seriously, like he's going to walk off the bench and he's going to do Nick Foles. Like I told you, man, he's no Nick Foles. Nick Foles had 26 touchdowns and 2 picks one year and went to the Pro Bowl. This guy's no Pro Bowl guy. And like Shannon Sharp calls him an intern. That's what he is. He's an intern. I call him a substitute teacher. This guy's nobody. Don't turn him into somebody. Dude, if I'm the Eagles, man, I make that guy beat me. I don't know if I blitz him a lot. Why? I don't think he could throw for enough yards to beat you. And if you blitz him and he gets lucky and CD runs down the field, why would you do that when this guy hasn't thrown? How many passes has he actually thrown this year? What is it, 80? I don't know. How many passes has he thrown? I don't see the guy putting up enough and threatening the Eagles secondary. I just can't see it, and I don't think they run the ball well enough. Seals, do you think Davis can take on Martin? Dude, Zach Martin's a Pro Bowl type player and a Hall of Famer. But when you're 6'6", 348 pounds, and you're an immovable force like he is, the question is, how many plays can he play? Hey, it's one thing to see him play 20 plays in the first half, okay? And he's on the nose. Maybe they go some 50 front. I don't know. 2 tackles on the guards, and you put him on the nose, and then you force him to – that's kind of maybe what I would do. I'd play that front maybe. I don't think that guy can beat you. I just don't think Cooper Rush can beat you. Lawrence says Hurts still has weaknesses. He does. He does have a weakness. He completely has a weakness. He's not good in the pocket. But again, I happen to think that they may be coaching him that way too. Just Mike says, so you want to see soft shell? A little bit. Why blitz him? What's the point? I think your guys are going to get home. I think you're going to get home against that line. Okay, I do. I think that line cannot hold up. I personally, I think the Cowboy O-line is not what it was 3 years ago. They're getting better, though. By the way, the kid they drafted, was it from Tulsa? He's actually playing pretty good ball. Okay? GT says he's good enough. Cooper Rush, 72 of 118 for 839 and 4 touchdowns. Okay? I guess not bad. Is that bad coaching, Sills? Cooper Rush, Reddick gets 3 sacks, mark it. Sills, Reddick is going to get off the bus this Sunday. He better, man. They need him. Dan, they're making Russ sound like he's an MVP on ESPN. I agreed with you. I think he's a bum. I think he's a bum, dude. Oh, Hurts is good. Hurts, dude. Hurts is going to do exactly what the game. Here, let me tell you what his massive strength is. Jalen Hurts' massive strength. Okay? Can I tell you what he's going to do? He's going to look at that and he's going to put a customized game plan against the Cowboys. And if it calls for him throwing the ball 4 times and then running it 70 times to win a ball game against Dallas, he'll do it. His ego's in his back pocket. It's not on his chest like everyone else. Okay? He's not going to be that guy in this ball game. That's not how he knows that. There's so many guys that go into football games. Aaron Rodgers is a great example of this. This guy is so overconfident in his abilities, it costs him. It costs him. The scoring prediction, like I said, chalk it up. I got 28-20. Eagles over the Cowboys. Like I said, I do believe that Lawrence, by the way, everyone's going like, Lawrence only has 3 sacks. Well, he's on pace for 15. Okay? I mean, or 12. 12 it is. He's on pace for 12 sacks. The other guy's on pace for 20 and a half. Okay? I mean, Micah Parsons is on pace for 20 and a half right now. It's 6 something. I don't know. The Cowboys D-line has played statues for quarterbacks except for Daniel Jones. Agreed. I don't really think that the Eagle D-line has played. No, that's not true. You're right. They played Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray, he only ran the ball 4 times, but I think that had a lot to do with the way that the Eagles kept that guy and set the edges on him. I thought the Eagles did a really nice job at setting the edges on Kyler Murray. Johnson versus Lawrence, yeah, well, that's going to be the matchup. For me, the matchup in the game is going to be Parsons and Mulata. Okay? That's the matchup. And the Cowboys are afforded that because they got 2 good pass rushers. You know, to me, I'm putting my greatest pass rusher on the most injured guy I can, and I'm putting him on the lesser talent. Mulata's the lesser talented lane. That's where I'm lining him up, and I'd maybe line him up over Sayamalo too. He's a little bit banged up. I might line him up over Dickerson. He struggled the last 2 games with some nicks and banged up. This is all going to be about finding weakness in the line here. You know, hey, this is going to be a great hero match. I don't want a hero matchup. I want to find your weakness. That's what Dan Quinn's defenses always excel at, is finding the weaknesses in the offensive line or in the offensive game plan. He's not looking to go man up and, you know, hey, let's go man. And that's not what this is. This ain't hero ball. Who's the weakest link on the football team right now? That's why the Eagles grade out so high in the O-line. There's very little weakness in there. The only reason the Cowboys actually have a chance of winning that battle is because the Eagles have been banged up the last 2 weeks. They don't have the front to beat them. They do. They're not at 100%. Okay? They do. Diggs versus A.J. Brown. I'll take A.J. Brown all night on that guy. You kidding me? Diggs can't stop A.J. Brown if he gets the ball. Can't stop Dallas Goedert or run that guy's ass right over. Hey, seeing this stuff here with D-Jax, did the Eagles really bring Deshaun Jackson back? I don't know what kind of shape he's in. If that's true, okay, I haven't heard that. Okay, I haven't, so I don't really know. Going to be at good pressure. Are going to be able to get good pressure. Okay, on the quarterback here. Listen, I got to take a timeout because my internet's a little bit banged up here. It's been crazy out here too a little bit as well. So listen, when I get back, I want to do more of the strengths and weaknesses and who I think is going to be studs and duds. Okay? Please hit the like button. Keep it here on the National Football Show.